See, that's gonna be our intro eventually when we do have one.
What we're gonna do is like
it's not gonna sound like horses, but it's gonna be
it's
like
gonna be people galloping.
it's people galloping. It's gonna be rock music,
Oh,
the ruckus music that the kids listen to
okay,
nowadays.
not
'Cause
galloping.
Here at Tagging In Podcast, the world's most professional wrestling
Obviously,
podcast.
super unprofessional.
Super unprofessional. We listen to the rock and the metal music because we roll like that.
We listen to rock.
Because we listen to rocks like Limestone and
Dwayne Johnson.
the rock, the Dwayne the Rock. 'Cause he's the man.
So what happened last week? Or
Well,
this week?
like super duper important. Nothing really,
Oh.
but a lot happened. Just nothing crazy happened.
Nothing that like
Nothing like breaking news type
Oh,
of stuff.
I don't know. I see a couple breaking news here.
Well, yeah, there. I guess, but nothing super. I don't know. I guess it just depends.
Technically, this would be not really breaking news. We saw it coming
It
But-
would have been breaking news.
if WWE wouldn't have announced it with the pre-order.
Dun dun dun.
So
We're gonna start off with
Rey Mysterio.
Booyaka Booyaka 619.
So Rey Mysterio got announced as the pre-order bonus to WWE 2K19
Yeah, like a week ago.
2 weeks ago,
Something like that.
Yeah. So regarding reports about Rey Mysterio signing a new 2-year deal with WWE, and also regarding rumors that he was able to start as early as post SummerSlam SmackDown Live. So he's going to SmackDown Live.
That's what everybody's saying. That's the rumors.
I mean, it makes sense.
I hope
but-
so. I mean, it does make sense.
Wrestling Inc. was able to confirm with a source that the story is not true, and he's still planning to be at All In. Obviously, that would most likely change if he does sign with WWE before the event, which
Yeah.
I think he's going to do All In. There's no reason why he wouldn't do All In.
Who isn't all in? He's all in.
I'm not All In because I didn't get a ticket.
Well, we're gonna watch all in, so we're all in. We're just not
No,
all in.
I'm not all in.
You're not
yet.
all in.
Nope.
Okay.
Nobody gave nobody gave us podcasters a free ticket. What is this?
I don't know what's going on. We're the most unprofessional professional
Yeah.
wrestling podcast. I mean,
mean-
we're the only podcast everyone needs.
I mean,
That's a
Cody,
quote.
you've shook my hand like 3 or 4 times. Lance even kissed your ring. I
Yeah,
don't even wear the
exactly.
shirt
Why don't
right
we get an
now.
all in ticket? Come on, Cody. We your homeboys. We've been there
I
since
see-
day one.
I see what it, I see.
Been
See
there
what
since
it's
day
about.
one. When you were wearing the mask, even when you were Stardust, we was behind you.
I don't go that far.
I was behind you, Cody. Okay. Somebody's got to root for him all the time. Come on, I'm trying to get free tickets. Jesus.
Mysterio himself said at a press conference on June 19th that he was negotiating a 3-year deal with the company. Dave Meltzer noted in last week's issue of the Wrestling Observer newsletter that WWE wants to break the announcement themselves if the deal is finalized. So it will likely be announced as soon as the
Soon,
deal's
yeah.
done. I have a sore on my tongue. It's killing me too. It's like where it's at. Every time I talk, it just smacks against my teeth. It's miserable.
So it's kind of like eating sandpaper.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's like eating sandpaper and nails for
Feels like
breakfast.
my tongue is swollen. The two are said to be really close, and the major issue is that Mysterio wants to work a part-time schedule, which makes sense. He's
Makes
like
sense.
75. He's not really, but
I mean, he's like he's in his 40s.
yeah, he's an older
And
one.
he's got a lot of injuries too. So I mean, it makes sense that he wants to work. And he's he's close to his family.
As long as he doesn't ask to work a part-time schedule and get like
As long as he's not Brock Lesnar.
yeah.
As long as he's on TV.
I'm not
Maybe
even worried
at
about
the
that.
big house
I just
shows.
don't understand the logic of I want to be a part-time schedule but get paid twice as much as you're full-time. I know you're a star, but
I mean, I could.
I understand why he would do that because it's money. But I'm saying
I can see because of how much he's done for the business, how long he's been around.
yeah, but I'm
and-
saying like that's why they're not wanting him to do a full or a part-time. It's because like we're giving you so much money.
Because he's a big deal. He's a
Yeah.
big draw.
Like,
I mean,
it
that
makes
makes sense. He will easily pack out house shows. I think so. He could pack out
Oh
house
yeah,
shows.
definitely.
For sure. I mean, everybody loves Rey Mysterio. Everybody knows who Rey Mysterio is. Like, if you're not a wrestling fan, you still know, oh, it's that masked lucha guy.
Like,
It's that mask guy.
I don't know how to show it on the camera.
It's right here. There you go.
There. That I get always people are like, "Oh, that's a Rey Mysterio tattoo." Well, it's not.
It's a Kalisto tattoo, actually.
Oh, I hate you so much. No, it's
Sin Cara, sorry.
every single time somebody sees it, they're like, "Oh, that's
Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio." I was like, "No,
See,
it's not."
he's a big deal. But, so I'm assuming eventually he is going to sign. It's
Yeah.
going to happen.
Well, yeah,
It's just a matter of when.
It's consistent money. That's the only thing
Oh,
good about
yeah.
WWE.
He's gonna be making decent.
You'll make money. It doesn't matter. That's
'Cause-
why, like, some people understand, like, we want people to leave so they can go to Ring of Honor. But the thing is, if they go to Ring of Honor, their money's not as secure as it is getting a
No,
week-to-week
not at all.
paycheck kind of
Because
thing.
it's a for sure. I mean, ROH does give out contracts, but it's not as big as WWE.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
not a legit.
So it makes sense. It's understandable. So Rey Mysterio eventually he'll be in WWE one day.
Hope so.
One day.
Speaking of WWE, still, Bray Wyatt, a reckless driver. I didn't hear about this. So I have
You
no
didn't hear
idea.
about this? Ooh, okay. I'll read about it. WWE superstar Bray Wyatt has reportedly been cited for careless driving for his role in a 3-car accident Friday.
He's probably thinking about that booty.
He's thinking about JoJo.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously, it's something's
He
happening.
already left his wife.
Exactly.
I mean,
Obviously, something's going. I mean, she's got
that booty's the devil.
It's Sister Abigail. That's what it is.
Exactly.
According to TMZ, the incident report said Wyatt exhibited failure to operate his vehicle in a careful and prudent manner and stated he was inattentive.
So he was looking at JoJo's booties. Booty.
But seriously, what was he doing?
JoJo was sending him nudie pics, and he was
What?
playing with his willy while he was driving.
He's playing with his man. What's one of his
He was playing with his Ender of Worlds down there. And
He was playing with this Eater of Worlds. Got him going. But Wyatt was briefly hospitalized at Tampa General Hospital in Tampa, Florida, before getting treated and released. It was also written in the incident report that Wyatt crashed into a car in front of him while not paying attention, which resulted in that car hitting another vehicle. When asked by TMZ about his status after the accident, Bryan said, "I'm gonna live through it because I can't die." There's more actually.
He's trying to get JoJo's booty.
Actually, I think that's all. Yeah, that's basically all. I think he's clear now, but I still don't understand. Like I guess he just maybe wasn't paying attention.
Have you,
It's sort of
You
talking about
know,
JoJo's booty.
when you got pictures of a girl naked, that's all you care about?
I guess.
Nudies.
I guess that's what it is. Sure.
Especially after you already left your wife. I mean, you don't have much of like, I'm not gonna say standards,
He
but
does-
like
he doesn't-
moral high ground.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean,
He doesn't have much more.
while you're riding around, you're thinking about getting your penis sucked.
and then your wife's in the other room listening to us.
Yeah,
She's probably
so,
peeking her
like-
ear in here.
Yeah.
She's like Cody on Being the Elite.
She's just standing in the other room.
But I don't know. I don't understand. Maybe more will come out of the story. Maybe he's.
I'll bet $20 that
He's
he was
gonna say-
texting and driving
Oh, God.
of some sort.
Sure.
Even though that doesn't
Even-
mean that like it could have been JoJo, but somebody was sending him booty pics
That's a good point, actually.
or dick pics. I don't
Matt
discriminate.
Hardy. Matt Hardy was. Probably, Matt Hardy. It was Matt Hardy. Man,
It was
you
just-
son of a gun.
It could have been pictures of Matt's baby.
It could have been. He
Maxim.
does have some cute babies. He does make some cute babies. I give him props on that one. But I think more may come out. Who knows? Maybe he was getting sent dirty pictures, or maybe he was high on some drugs or drunk.
Both.
Actually, he probably would have said in the report
Yeah,
though.
if he
It
was
would have.
intoxicated.
He probably wasn't paying attention. But
Yeah.
what we got next on the tagging in report.
A new WWE show.
New WWE show. Yes. So
Why?
because they have money to spend. Vince is making way too much money and he needs to spend it.
Especially on the
Hence the
XFL.
XFL, which we'll talk about later. Actually, which is
So I got a haircut, guys, and I haven't took a shower. Well, I have, but I mean.
so we're
it's-
looking rough. He hasn't taken a shower in like 3 weeks.
No, I took a shower this morning. Or not this morning, yesterday after I got off work.
So it's
but
probably 3 weeks ago.
I had to throw a hat on. I look fly.
Like pretty fly for a white guy.
Amen.
Shout out to the Offspring.
Oh, that wasn't Led Zeppelin.
I'm pretty sure it's Rolling Stones actually.
Okay.
What was that? Oh, yeah, WWE show. So Barn Burner reported this week that WWE's lucrative television deal may also mean a return for Saturday night's main event. Do you remember main event Saturday night? Main event?
Yes, I do.
Wait, actually.
Were
Yeah.
you-
In that short period. Well, we didn't watch it in the 80s.
Are you talking about Heat?
No, not Heat. Saturday night main event.
Close enough. Same thing.
Didn't Heat come on Sunday?
Yes. Sunday Night Heat.
So, same difference, right? It's a day of the weekend.
I remember main event though. Like I didn't watch it, but I know what it is.
Yeah, it came. See, I mean, originally came on like the 80s and until 92. Then it came back on with 2006. Yeah, 2006. So when we were, when we were still watching it when we was young.
I just don't. I never watched it because it didn't have anything I cared
It's
about.
kind of like isn't it basically just like main event
Mm-hmm.
on the network. It's just like a bunch of job matches,
Yeah.
jobbers matches.
It's just for jobbers to actually have a match.
Ooh, where they actually get to have a match.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, Titus Worldwide.
They're not jobbing too bad.
I don't know who's some
They
jobbers
win a
on Raw.
match. Jobbers on Raw.
I'm getting left again.
No, you're not.
Okay, I was gonna say this happens at least. Okay, he's closing the door. I don't even know who's some jobbers.
The Revival.
Not anymore. Not anymore. After pinning.
I was joking.
Okay. I really don't know off the top of my head. Sin Cara would be on that. Yes, okay. Sin Cara would be on this show. And I don't know who else. The Club before their SmackDown Live push. There we go. Okay, anyway. Back to what we was talking about. Saturday Night Main Event. So with this new Fox deal, they're also possibly bringing back Saturday Night Main Event on Saturday nights. On, guess what it'd be on?
Fox.
MTV, actually.
Jesus Christ.
That'd be terrible.
Really? It's on
No.
MTV?
No.
Oh my God.
He thought I was being serious.
I was like, oh my God.
That'd be funny.
I'm done watching wrestling.
Anyway, WWE and Fox will aim to plan the specials around other major sporting events. For example, an episode of the Rehash Show could air on Saturday night before the NFL Super Bowl. To be interesting.
I guess we'll watch that instead of the Super Bowl, and then we'll watch Super Bowl.
And before the I guess. Let's see. When I'm reading this, Super Bowl's on Sunday, so I'm having to.
There's really no point in watching it on Saturday. Like, oh, we're gonna have it the night before the Super Bowl. Nobody cares. Like, no.
I'm trying to read. Yeah, I don't know. It really doesn't make any sense.
No.
I'm going anyway. It could air on Saturday night before the NFL Super Bowl goes live the following Sunday. Okay. Theoretically, would give WWE Prime platform right before one of the year's most watched shows. Like, it wouldn't
That
matter.
doesn't make sense though, because
wouldn't
most of the time
matter.
the Saturday, like that Saturday, the night before, everybody's getting ready
Nobody's
for
gonna
the
be
Super
watching
Bowl.
it.
They're like, okay, I'm gonna make my chips and my dip and my beer. I don't.
Your bear. Oh, you said
Beer.
beer. I think you said bear.
No, not bear. Beer.
Making your bear.
Yeah.
But anyway, that really doesn't make much sense.
No.
But, which is notable, Fox is also expected to air more NXT TakeOver events than WWE currently run on their own network. Further, these shows would be an hour longer, making them more in step with their traditional 3-hour event.
So they're gonna put NXT on.
I don't know.
The pay-per-view.
I like how that was thrown in the article at the very end. Hey, which I think is more important than the Saturday Night Main Event. Takeovers are going to be on Fox.
And WWE Network or just Fox?
I don't know.
Because if they're on Fox, then I'm gonna be mad.
We'll get Sling TV.
No, I'm not paying for anything else.
I already got the Hulu, the Netflix, the
UFC Fight Pass, Funimation,
Apple Music.
Netflix, Apple Music. Don't want to buy Sling TV.
At least I have the WWE Network and the New Japan covered.
So stupid.
I don't know. I really don't. I mean, hopefully, I think it'll still air
I thought
on-
they were still pushing the network to be a big thing, so I feel like they're still gonna have takeovers on.
Well, see, before Fox came into the picture where they're making more money, they were all about the network. Then they see this Fox deal pop up, they're like, ooh. Then just like, money.
Well, that's
More money.
2019, so maybe
Maybe they air on both.
people give us
Because it
money.
even said more takeover events than air on the network. So maybe it would just be extra takeover events, like takeover specials. I don't know.
That's just silly.
Because then I would want to watch takeovers because takeovers are actually good.
Exactly.
Well, I have Fox, so just go to my house. I'll get the.
You put the VHS in.
I'll get the
record it
VHS.
like
Oh,
the
there
old
we go.
days.
There we
And-
go. I just
yeah.
gotta make sure to rewind it when you get back to me though. Please. I'd appreciate it because it's a real son of a bitch.
Yeah, I still have my rewinder from back in the day.
Do
The
you-
separate,
Oh, the separate
the
rewinder.
separate rewinder.
Ooh, I forgot about those. I actually had one of those.
I did too.
Man, throwback. People are probably watching this thinking, man, y'all are young as shit.
I know, but we lived in the South where
We lived in the-
technology was pretty far behind.
Yeah, it's like we're like a decade behind.
yeah.
So I guess that's all for the main event. So main event coming back Saturday nights, maybe takeovers. Who knows? Who
this is
knows?
scaring me.
What if it's scaring you?
It might not be on the network. Like we
It's
have to
probably gonna
watch
be
it
the
on
network.
Fox.
It's probably gonna be in the network. We'll be okay.
I don't like TV because there's commercials.
listen, on the network, we get commercials for the network.
Yeah, but I don't
I
pay
would
attention
rather-
to those.
And they're only like a couple minutes long.
Yeah.
They're really not that long.
They're not like, do you have erectile dysfunction?
Don't you hate using your hands?
Exactly. Like,
Don't you?
do you have are you depressed? Well, here's an antidepressant that'll make it worse.
Even more depressed.
Like, it's so stupid.
Sponsored by Tagging In Podcast. Maybe we
Dollar
should-
Shave Club. Oh wait, they're actually pretty good.
Maybe we should get sponsored by some of these.
Dollar Shave Club. Don't sponsor anybody for some reason.
Do you get much money from those?
I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'll get shaved for a Dollar Shave Club.
We get,
Even if it's free.
actually, I would just be cool with free razors. That's saving us some money. We're making money in the long run.
Yeah. Well, I don't ever buy razors. I have a hairdresser as a wife, so
You never know when you may need it. She may disappear one day, and you never know.
I mean, there's a couple places on Manscaped I don't let her get to.
That's a good point. Ooh, you don't get them razors in those hard to reach areas, those nooks and crannies.
I had hike my leg up above my head. I sit with like in the weird it's like not a fetal position, but it's like would you put your legs behind your head?
So it's kind of like a Buddhist position.
Yeah, a little bit. I just put my legs behind my head.
Okay.
And get up under there.
So.
Okay, let's go
the
back
sad
to
thing is I'm picturing this right now.
I don't know why.
This
Let's go
is
back to
funny.
apparently WWE is buying an indie promotion.
Which has been rumored for a long time. There's been rumors for a while that
Yeah.
WWE would buy.
Ring of Honor.
They're gonna buy New Japan.
Oh jeez, that's not even
Actually,
an indie promotion.
See, I know. I'm just thinking something off top. There's actually people are actually speculating of WWE buying New Japan one day, but I doubt that's gonna happen. Anyway, so regarding rumors of WWE possibly buying WWE Live's Evolve, which I just talked about, and put on apparently be on the WWE network, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Of course. The Wrestling Observer notes that there have been talks of a possible sale ever since WWE started working with WWN. A deal could be made soon, but the talks could go nowhere.
The good thing about that is like if they get Evolve, don't let anybody touch it. Just let it be what
They'll
it
just
is.
air Evolve.
Yeah.
That's it. They'll
Just
kind of be
let it-
like a distributor.
Yeah, just,
Basically.
that's what it needs to be.
Hey, that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be fun.
That would be.
You
That'd
don't
be
need
nice.
WWE writers to go over there because then it'll just ruin it.
I mean, I would be okay with NXT.
Well, that's fine, but I'm saying like,
Raw.
yeah.
God forbid.
How do you get to be that? How do you get to be a writer for WWE and then be that bad?
I don't think it's them necessarily. I think it's Vince.
It's so bad.
I think I've heard. Do you know Freddie Prinze Jr. used to write for WWE?
Mm-mm.
You didn't know that? Yeah,
Mm-mm.
apparently like the mid 2000s. Oh, it was mid 2000s. No, it was kind of the late 2000s, early 2010s. Freddie Prinze Jr. wrote for WWE, and he said it was terrible.
Really?
He said they would come up with whole stories, scripts, everything, and then the day before the show, Vince would be like, "I don't want to do that." Roman's going. Actually, that'd be just seen as going over at the time. But yeah, I've heard stories of writers. They'd literally just scrap. Vince would scrap the whole thing right before a show.
You know Tony Hinchcliffe?
Yeah.
I got an
Comedian.
audition to write. Like he was
Really?
gonna go write for WWE.
Really?
Yeah, but he turned it down.
Did he talk about it on Rogan's podcast?
Yeah, he turned it down.
That's pretty interesting. I mean,
We saw him live. He was really
we did
funny.
see him live. Was that a Tom Segura?
No,
show?
that was the Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan show. Duh.
Yeah.
Makes sense. You want to talk about the last part that's on
Yeah,
there?
Vince McMahon has gone back and forth for more than 2 years on airing Evolve, Progress, ICW on the WWE network, but in the recently reported, again, that we could see indie content on WWE Network soon. Also, it's worth noting that recently the NXT North America title was defended at an Evolve event.
against Walter. I
Payton.
watched the match.
Walter Payton,
Walter Payton.
football player.
Oh, okay. Went over my head.
No, it did.
If anybody's asking, I'm not just looking at my phone. My notes are on my phone because I'm blind. I can't see the computer. I'm blind.
Yeah, he's blind.
I am blind. But it's okay.
Now, we're going to pop over to, speaking of indie, we're going to go to some indies.
We'll go to the Indies. The Indies.
Jay Lethal controversy?
Oh, okay, we'll talk about that now.
I have no idea what's going on, so yeah.
Really? Apparently he's a grade A douchebag.
Really?
Actually, I don't know. I'm not going to say he's a douchebag yet. But we shall talk about it.
So like, is he still doing the Macho Man gimmick?
Well, on Being the Elite he is.
I know.
I think
Actually, I'm like, I haven't seen it in a while. I'm going to binge them when they...
you need to binge the Being the Elite.
I'm going to.
It's been so good. Like, you know, the new season kind of sucked a little bit when it
Yeah.
first came out, but it's so good now.
Okay.
It's so good. Which I got to talk about Being the Elite here in a little bit too during Squash News. No,
Good.
not Squash News. In the Jericho Crew segment. But Yeah, so the female wrestler for Ring of Honor, Taylor Hendricks. I don't know if you know who that is.
No.
We don't know much of the women of Honor. I know Emma and Brandy.
I know Marty Scurll's girlfriend.
Oh yeah, she's signed to NXT now.
Really?
Yeah, she's going to NXT.
Oh Jesus! She remember the bot she had when we saw her.
Was that her?
Yeah, she went and jumped over the. We were sitting. She was sitting right in front, right next to us.
Yeah, that's in Atlanta.
Yeah, and then she ran and jumped over the rope and like caught her leg and almost smacked her face on the ring.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that. That was pretty bad. I think she's got. Apparently, she is really good though. I don't know. Maybe if it's just like one night she wasn't too hot. But anyway, we're getting off topic.
Sorry.
We're getting way off topic. So Taylor Hendricks made claims today. This was like the 4th, the day before the 4th. That was this past week. Made claims that day that she wasn't pushed in ROH or featured on television after turning down a sexual request from now ROH champion Jay Lethal. Hendricks wrote on Instagram that attorneys are in on ongoing investigation. Hendricks replied to a fan standing up for Lethal's accomplishment by saying, "The dude you're standing up for is the same dude that told me because I didn't sleep with him. They sabotaged me, took me off TV, that being the almighty Jay." Wow.
I'm gonna sound pretty shitty, but that's the wrestling business for you, though.
Yeah, I mean,
like I'm not saying you should have done it, which I don't think you should have done it, even if it is or isn't true.
I mean that's kind of douche
But
on his part, but
yeah.
I mean,
That's just what you're gonna run into when you're in an indie promotion ran by 3 or 4 guys who are the draw.
oh man, well, I got some stuff to talk about ROH here in a minute, but I don't know
Okay.
I don't know what they got going on over there.
Okay, continue.
But it's crazy. She took to social media today and made these accusations while writing, "Threatening my job, the Mae Young Classic, my career will not deter me any longer." So I guess she went to Mae Young Classic. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So she just dropped that. But ROH released a statement to PW Church on the matter. ROH said they are troubled to hear about these allegations and are taking the matter very seriously. They said appropriate action will be taken after they draw a conclusion following investigation. This is what they said. "We were troubled to hear the allegations that surfaced last night on Twitter. We take these matters very seriously and will be investigating the situation thoroughly, reviewing all evidence related to the matter. Ring of Honor strives to provide an environment and workplace where male and female wrestlers are free from any misconduct or abuse. We will take appropriate action upon the conclusion of our findings." To be completely honest, this might not even be true. I mean, I know it sounds terrible. I mean, I don't know.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Would she make that up? I don't think
No,
so.
yeah, people make stuff like that up all
I mean,
the time.
they do, especially at of recent years with all this
Right.
sexual
But like
allegations
the
coming
thing
out
is,
against
how
famous-
long has she been in ROH?
I read somewhere. I do not remember. It's been a few years.
Okay, why
been a
are you
little bit.
just now bringing this up?
That's a good point.
Only time will tell. Like, if they even find anything.
It just depends what Jay Lethal has to say. about
Yeah,
it.
if Jay Lethal keeps quiet, then he might be guilty.
He might be guilty. But if he says, I mean, he hasn't said anything yet, so I don't know if ROH is telling him, "Hey, don't say nothing yet."
I mean,
We'll take care of
I
this.
understand.
I mean, that
that
makes
but
sense.
I'm saying like if he doesn't say anything, like as in like
At all. Ever.
at all, yeah, then yeah,
He's probably guilty.
He Bill Cosby'd it.
I don't think he necessarily Bill Cosby did. Did he Weinstein it?
He could have jerked off in front of into a bush,
He could have Weinstein
and
it.
you know, be like, if you want to make it in this company, you're gonna have to get on all fours.
Bow down to the. Never mind. I'm gonna shut. I'm gonna say to the Macho Man. That's terrible.
That's pretty funny though.
Who was it that was it? Louis C.K. that had something?
Yeah,
happen?
Louis C.K. had one. Apparently, he was jerking off in front of other chicks too.
Man, what is the deal with these people? And
I don't know.
it sucks. I actually like Louis C.K. I mean,
At least it wasn't like Kevin Spacey and grabbing 14-year-old boys.
That's a good point. And what Morgan Freeman?
That's bull.
Poor Morgan.
That did not happen.
I mean, even if you read about it, it's like one of those things. It's like,
That did not happen.
did you read it?
Have you ever listened to Morgan Freeman talk?
He's very angelic.
How are you going to tell him no?
He's the voice of God.
Exactly.
He is the voice of God.
Like, how are
he
you gonna
can't
tell
do
him no?
He can't do no wrong.
No.
Good Lord.
There's no way to tell him no.
It's a damn shame.
So,
But apparently he didn't do anything. He was just like being sexual. Like
get over yourself.
like
It's
you know
Morgan
you know how
Freeman.
old man flirts.
Yes.
He old man flirted up some people on the set. Nothing too crazy.
It was just him probably being like nice.
Yeah, he's being really
you know.
nice. Yeah. I mean nothing. Even Morgan was like, I didn't mean nothing by it.
Yeah.
But damn Morgan Freeman.
He's like, do you see all these moles on my face?
What about the moles on his face?
That's all I'm gonna say. That's all he said. Did you see all these moles on my face? That's it. That's all he said.
Oh, and they were like, "Oh my God, Morgan!
Exactly.
I don't want to ride your face."
Exactly. That's how it went.
Damn. So, speaking of ROH, you want to read this one?
Jeez, I get to read the long one. Okay. Ring of
It's from
Honor,
Kevin Sullivan.
uncool. Kevin Sullivan appeared on an interview. That's not even an interview. That's his interactive wrestling radio.
So I
But
like
it's
how
an
I get the
interview.
non-reading person to read the longest.
Where he discussed several topics. Never shy of making his opinion known, Sullivan discussed Ring of Honor and the talent he sees in the company. He also had a thing or two to say about the way he feels ROH is running. Let me tell you about their talent, Sullivan said of Ring of Honor. You just spilled tea everywhere. I've seen them all in my 40 years. Jay Lethal and Jay Briscoe matches are just as good as Funk and Briscoe, Flair and Steamboat. These guys are just superb. You like my reading quotes? They got some great young
Spot on.
talent.
Spot
Dalton
on.
Castle, he's a special talent. They got Cody Rhodes.
Like I say,
He's a special talent.
we're on roads.
And the influx of New Japan guys. Sullivan praised Ring of Honor talent, but voiced displeasure how the company is owned by Sinclair Broadcasting. The media empire operates 173 stations throughout 80 markets in the United States, and there is little continuity concerning the time Ring of Honor airs in each market. There's no at 8 p.m. on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Watch Ring of Honor, Sullivan explains. It's all spread out. He also said Ring of Honor has no idea what their ratings are for the show either because they're not allowed to see the numbers. This causes a lot of other issues concerning how to book the show because the ratings are often a helpful tool in determining what is getting over. So, if you and I shoot an angle on segment 2, I can't tell you if the angle got over or not because the people are booking with their hands tied and blindfolded. How can you progress not knowing if you're succeeding or not? Kevin Sullivan continued, the main thing with Sinclair is politics. Wrestling is not a fly on an elephant's ass. It is a gnat on the fly of the elephant's ass. I like that.
That's pretty good.
I don't know how you can expect these guys doing the writing to know if they're succeeding or not. That tells me that Sinclair really don't care. Rhymes.
Ooh.
They just need to fill an hour segment or two.
Okay. So,
You can go from here.
okay. That's interesting.
I know. I like the quote of wrestling is not a fly on the
It's a
elephant's
gnat
ass.
on the elephant's
gnat,
ass.
It's a gnat on the fly on the elephant's ass.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
It was really good. So it sounds like to me, ROH don't have their shit together.
No.
At all.
But in that quote, was he saying there's a fly on an elephant on a donkey? Because he started talking about politics. Are we talking about ass in like the hind region? Or are we talking about a donkey? I'm just getting.
So
off
you're
topic.
just
Okay,
breaking
let's
into
just-
like you're just really getting into it.
Let's just continue where we're at.
Okay, so you I'm not really don't feel like reading all of this. So basically, he broke down into Supercard of Honor broke the attendance record this year of 6,000 people. Ooh,
Right.
I was there. But he
wasn't
also
impressed.
said they did it because WrestleMania was in town,
Yeah.
which I don't necessarily agree with.
No.
But I'll get to that in a second. And then he talks about how All In sold out in 20 minutes. They don't blah blah blah. Actually, I might as well just read this. I'm going to read this. So this year, Supercard of Honor broke attendance records with 6,000, but Sullivan wasn't impressed. He continued saying how ROH only drew the numbers they did because WrestleMania was in town, like I just said.
Yeah.
What are they going to do if they're wrestling fans? What are they going to do if they are wrestling fans? Of course, you're going to go to the show. They haven't drawn. Are you kidding me? What else would a wrestling fan do? You have any thoughts on that? It looked like he's about to say something.
It's just, I don't know. I understand what he's saying, but like NXT Takeover was the same time.
Exactly.
Like if you don't have tickets to NXT Takeover, then of course you're gonna go to other stuff. Like, granted, you went there because we wanted to see Ring of Honor.
That's why I said he's saying it sold out just because WrestleMania is in
No,
town.
we went because we wanted to. Well, I didn't get to go, but we were gonna go because
Kenny
I wanted to
versus
see
Cody.
Kenny Omega. That was it.
Kenny Omega. Kenny versus Cody. Kenny's the real draw here, but anyway, I don't necessarily agree. I mean, I guess some people may have went because WrestleMania is in town, But I doubt they're gonna go to Ring of Honor because WrestleMania's in town. Half the people went to WrestleMania
Don't even know. What
don't know Ring of Honor is. They may have heard Kenny Omega. They know Cody
Probably
Rhodes.
not. They know Cody Rhodes and maybe the Young Bucks.
They're not.
Kenny Omega, like you only like if you know who Kenny Omega is. Like my brother-in-law, he loves wrestling. No idea anything that's not WWE.
He doesn't even know who Kenny Omega is. The Young
Well,
Bucks?
he does because I've said stuff about him, but he hasn't. Like he had no idea
Wow,
at all.
This is
And I mean, he's been watching wrestling for years. Like he has legit like our belt back there is like your
I don't think you can even see it right now.
that
You're right.
that belt. You can see it back there. It's like one of your. I don't want to say your plastic ones, but it's your cheaper ones.
It's mid-level replica.
He legitly has a leather and metal replica,
Like the expensive
like the
ones.
expensive
Yeah.
one. But he has no idea anything outside of WWE.
That is crazy.
Like people spend ridiculous amounts of money only on WWE,
And it's sad because they just don't know what's out there.
and they won't watch anything else because they.
There's so much good stuff out there.
No,
they don't
there's-
even know.
Yeah, like I would if I had a choice, I would watch Ring of Honor and New Japan over WWE
Oh yeah.
any day.
Now, if we start getting NXT in the conversation,
Right, but I'm saying I would still
You mean-
rather watch a New Japan or Ring of Honor product live over a WWE or NXT product.
really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ring of Honor shows are my favorite.
You heard it here first, guys. Yeah, I mean they are really fun though.
Yes.
They are really fun.
Granted, I don't think we haven't ever sat close. Like we've sat close at every Ring of Honor event.
Yeah, we
we've
were
been
technically front row.
to. Yeah.
Technically,
Where are our tickets on the 20th?
I haven't bought them yet.
Oh, so we won't get cool front row this time because we. didn't
No,
know
they're
about
all
it.
sold out.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna get like we're gonna. I mean,
I know.
mm,
It's still gonna be fun.
it's still gonna be fun, and we're gonna have Cody. Hopefully, we're gonna have Cody and the Young Bucks on the show. On the show.
We'll just have a video of them saying something. I
It'd just
guess.
be like, oh, you're watching Tagging In podcast, but still, I don't care. He's on the show.
Yeah, we'll have to use our cell phones.
That's fine. You have an iPhone 7.
I have an iPhone 10.
You have an iPhone 10.
Yeah.
That's like the best picture quality you can get probably on a cell phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna break it before then on purpose. Like, nope.
That's fine. I got my phone.
Go all heel.
Turn heel. Heel Blaine. Constable Corbin. But yeah, I mean, no, ROH didn't sell it just because WrestleMania's in town. That's absurd.
Yeah.
As Kevin Sullivan, what are you thinking? But then he goes into All In. He says All In is getting a lot of attention as they sold out the Sears Center in less than 30 minutes.
29 minutes and 11 seconds.
But
31
ROH
seconds.
couldn't do the same in Chicago. Sullivan then suggested ROH might be losing their cool factor with the audience while using the success of All In as proof. I'll give you one. I think this is definite proof. Last Saturday, Ring of Honor was in Chicago with Cody and all the boys, right? They drew 1,600 people. On Sunday, All In drew 11,000 people in 29 minutes and 31 seconds. What is wrong with this picture? People look at Ring of Honor thinking it's uncool. I don't necessarily think that. I think the reason why All In sold it so fast is because it's something new
And scalpers.
and it's different. Well, apparently scalpers didn't get that many of the tickets.
But they still okay. There's 11,000 people. Scalpers probably got at least.
I think 11 that scalpers took like 1,000 of the tickets.
I was
which
about to
is-
say at the most 2,000. So if they took 2,000, that's 9,000 people still.
That's more than the Ring of Honor show.
Yeah. So they're still doing good, but I'm saying scalpers did.
They probably did take a little chunk out of it.
Yeah.
And then if you think about it in perspective, All In
Was cheap.
was cheap, about as cheap as Ring of Honor, and also All
The
In
talent
the
is-
talent's on All In.
Yeah.
You can't compare the two because it's completely like
One is like it's like
it's a standard
contract.
ROH show
Yeah, it's your contracted show.
that they've had numerous times of course
Yeah.
over the course of the
All
year.
In is a bunch of guys getting together and like we're gonna do something cool for the fans.
WrestleMania of the Indies.
Yeah. Well,
It's kind of WrestleMania of the Indies.
I was gonna say it's cooler than that.
But I mean, it is WrestleMania of the Indies. It's like everything all together in one.
Yeah.
So I mean, Kevin Sullivan, I don't agree with you. Well, I do. ROH doesn't need to get their shit together.
They do.
They do need to get their shit together.
So now on to what I should have done for my honeymoon.
The Cruise of Jericho. The Cruise of Jericho.
Jericho's cruise is looking sweet.
So the note
Too sweet.
is
if I
looking
do
too.
say so myself.
Ooh. Anyway,
Ow, that hurt.
I'm just gonna read this off the top of my head because I literally this is stuff. So the Jericho Cruise, everybody starts with Jericho Cruise.
Yeah.
Everyone that's a wrestling fan knows that the Jericho.
No.
Even anyone that
Has a brain.
has a brain and knows, and you're older than probably 12, Maybe no, I'm not gonna lie.
I know a couple adults.
Does your brother-in-law know the Jericho Cruise?
Not until I told him.
Okay, so if you're like into wrestling more than WWE, you know about the Jericho Cruise.
Yeah.
It's got a shit ton of wrestlers, podcasters, well, wrestling podcasters.
Why did we get invited?
So Cody's on the list, and so is Jericho. Jericho, you just made the list.
Yeah.
He did just make the list. Damage. Man, I don't know. I really don't want.
I understand why we didn't get. Well, this is our third podcast.
Yeah, no, I really don't want to talk shit to Chris Jericho.
I would.
Cause
I don't care.
He could beat my ass.
I'll let him.
He beat Brock Lesnar's ass.
That's fine.
I'm scared of Chris Jericho.
I'd let him do it just so I could be like, Chris Jericho kicked the shit out of me.
Did he put you in a Walls of Jericho?
Yep, it made me tap. I pooped myself a little too. That would be a great story.
That would be a great story. Jericho. We can put that as our tag on one of our videos.
Exactly.
Jericho put me in the walls. I poop myself. Demonetized. But so on top of having the RH talents already involved, the podcast and stuff, all the wrestling legends. Apparently, so you know Jericho's big buddies with Don Callis,
Yeah.
head of Impact. Well, Impact's on the Jericho Cruise now. We got
That's
ROH
cool.
and Impact.
That's actually.
That is really cool because
That is cool.
Impact's actually got their shit together now.
Nah,
I mean, they do.
not as bad.
Not as probably. I mean,
It's
honestly,
not as bad as it was.
not as bad as it was at all. They have decent talent.
Well, the talent wasn't the problem. It was how they were doing.
How
it.
they were running the show,
In front of a studio audience of
Universal
random
Studios.
people. Yeah,
At Universal
yeah,
Studios.
of random people who had no idea.
It's
what
like
was going
tourists.
on.
Literally,
yeah.
they were like, "Oh, that's going on right now. I have free time. What's
Yeah.
that? Wrestling. I like WWF.
Yeah. Stone Cold gonna be there.
Stone Cold." But yeah, there's a lot of good talent like Austin Aries, Pentagon Jr., people like that.
Dude who, Rich Swann. Couldn't think of his name.
Sammy Callahan.
Is that what his name is now?
No, Rich Swan's still Rich Swan.
Oh, I was like, is
you know
that
who
what his
Sammy
name is now?
Callahan is?
No, not off the top of my head.
Oh Jesus.
I'm tired. I
Okay.
woke up from a nap.
So Impact has this story going on because this will correlate with this.
Okay.
Okay, so Sammy Callahan is. I don't know how to explain
Johnny
it.
Mundo's brother.
No, Johnny Mundo's brother. He's a heel. He's a heel right now. He's actually doing really good work. So him and Eddie Edwards have a match. Had a
Okay.
match, and there was a botch in the match. He had a baseball bat. He slung his baseball bat, hit the chair. He was supposed to hit the chair. He missed the chair and hit Eddie Edwards in the eye. Actual baseball bat, full on swing at him in the eye. Almost popped Eddie Edwards' eye
Out.
of his head.
Break his orbital bone.
It did a bunch of damage. I don't know off the
Oh
top of my
my
head,
God.
but it did a bunch of damage. And so instead of just rolling off as an accident, they made a story out of it.
Which is great. That is perfect.
They made a story out of it.
That is amazing.
And Sammy Callahan is the biggest heel
that is amazing.
right now.
That
Probably need to show you some promos. He's the biggest heel right now. He's running with it, saying he did it on purpose.
that's
He's gonna do it again.
That's amazing.
And
That's
then-
the best thing to do in those
Yeah,
situations.
He really is, and they escalated the story into him going after like Don Callis, going the whole. It's kind of like Stone Cold Steve Austin back in the day,
like
but more violent.
Well, kind of like when The Rock hit McFoley with the chair when he was handcuffed.
Yeah,
A
I mean,
bunch.
yes,
and never apologized for
It's
it.
that violent. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so they're rolling to a story. So basically, Sammy Callahan's like kind of off the rails in Impact, does whatever he wants, which
Okay.
goes into this story. So when the Impact roster got announced for the Jericho Cruise, Sammy Callahan called it ROH. He called them a bunch of pussies.
Oh.
Is what he said. He called them a bunch of pussies. He says that a lot. He says like pussies and says a lot of dirty words.
Jesus.
He's I'm telling you, you need to look him up.
I'll look him up.
We need to look him up. But so which brings me to the next part. Who accepted the challenge was Marty Scurll, which is great.
It is. That will be
The villain
that
versus
sounds like
Sammy
it'd be
Callahan.
fun.
That would be fantastic. I'm really excited for that. And then also Jericho announced that the Jericho Cruise would have a theme of ROH versus Impact for the.
which is cool.
Which was cool. I'm
Similar
fine
to
with
the
that.
Impact versus Lucha Underground show.
Yeah, that
earlier
happened
this
back at
year.
WrestleMania, which I wish I would have went to.
Really?
Yes, I wish I would have went to that. I would have thought about it. The tickets were way too much. It was like $120.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I was like for Impact, but when they announced versus
So
Lucha,
Jericho Cruise is Fozzy playing?
yeah,
Oh, I want to hear one song, Judas, and after that, I
I'll
don't
be
care.
calm, I'll be calm, man. So, which brings us to the next part, which I'm really excited about. So on Being the Elite this week, it opened up with Jericho and the Bucks talking, and Jericho has this package. Kind of like when the Kenny opened up the package, it was the Golden Elite shirts. This time it was Alpha Club shirts. And Jericho gave the Alpha Club shirts to the Bucks. And the Bucks are officially in the Alpha Club. Alpha Club, I don't know if that's actually a legit thing.
Probably not, but, you know.
But they hinted at they can't wrestle on land. They can't wrestle in space. But they can wrestle at sea.
Oh, that's kind of corny.
At sea. It wasn't necessarily like that. It wasn't quoted like that, but that's the way I took it.
That's kind of corny.
So, what does that mean? Obviously mean Jericho and the Bucks teaming up
against the Golden Lovers.
That would be really good, but I kind of want that.
It's on C, so we'd never see it.
I don't know. I feel like they're gonna tape some of this stuff, especially the.
I mean, they'll tape it, but I'm saying
Impact versus ROH stuff.
I'm saying they'll tape it, but I'm saying a lot of they'll have matches.
Oh, it might be a dark match.
Yeah,
probably someone we'll never see.
Yeah, this is cool.
That would be cool. I was trying to think of someone that they would go. I really have no clue who they go against. Maybe some Impact people. Maybe Sami Callihan and the other guy and his the Chris brothers. Ooh, that'd be cool.
I don't really know who's in Impact right now. LAX?
Yeah, LAX. That'd be cool,
that would be a good match.
That would be cool.
LAX is really good.
Yeah, LAX is that'd be a really cool match. So
they were so nice guys. I was like, "Let me hold the door for you." They were like, "Yeah." I'm like,
"They're the nicest guys." They're super cool.
I just held the door for LAX.
They were really cool. And then when the match was over and they lost, I was like, "We'll be all right. We'll be all right. We'll come again. We'll win another one." They're really cool. I like LAX.
I was like, I held the door for LAX.
You know what that means? You're wrestling royalty.
I know.
You're like in the Rhodes family now.
Rhodes family. Now, on to G1 Special in San Francisco.
Which is tonight.
Which we're not going to watch because I'm watching the UFC 226, which looks ridiculous.
It does. I'm just excited for the main event. I mean, the rest of the card looks good, but the main event.
I got to buy it after we get done with this.
Okay. I really want to go. I really want to watch it. I really would like to go. I mean, that'd be really cool too to go.
Yeah.
But so we'll probably end up watching the G1 Special eventually.
Yeah, we'll always watch them, but
we'll watch it eventually. So it'll probably be like next week.
At least some of the matches, not all of them. I do want to watch. We'll go through there and have predictions.
Okay, we'll start at the bottom.
What is this bottom one supposed to be?
Okay,
it's
you got Roppongi 3K. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4.
8-man tag match or 10-man?
It's a 10-man tag.
I really don't care who goes over on this one.
We can talk about it though because we do what we want here. Tagging in Podcast, the world's most
unprofessional podcast,
professional wrestling podcast, and the only one that you need.
So
we got Sho, basically Roppongi 3K, Gato, Yoshihashi versus Bullet Club. Chase Owens, Yujiro Takahashi, Tonga Loa, Tama Tonga, and King Haku. Like the Haku.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
But to be honest, since I'm a big Bullet Club mark,
see, since King Haku's in this match, they're probably going over.
Yeah,
I'm assuming so.
Since I'm a big Bullet Club mark, I gotta go for Bullet Club.
And so Chase Owens is getting the pin on Yoshihashi. Watch this actually happen.
Probably.
Watch this actually happen.
Probably.
All right, so next up, we got Toriano and Tomohiro Ishii versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Minoru Suzuki.
Suzuki all the way.
I've got Suzuki also going over.
Suzuki all the way.
Oh, for sure.
With Zack Sabre Jr.?
Zack, he pinned Okada the other day.
I know.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Zack, I guess New Japan really likes Zack Sabre Jr. Which, I mean, who doesn't?
His joint manipulation stuff is really cool.
He's ridiculous. There's a couple PWG matches of him that I want to show you.
Okay.
One day, I want to bring some PWG over. We're gonna watch some PWG eventually in our busy schedule that we have.
Yeah.
So we got Suzuki going over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Zack Sabre Jr. pinning Yano.
Think so?
Well, I mean, he's not pinning Ishii.
All right. Okada.
Okay, so you're next.
We have Kushida versus Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Marty Scurll and Hangman Page. Bullet Club's not gonna win this one.
Probably since Tanahashi's in the match.
Yes. And Bullet Club is going to win the first match, so...
Tanahashi pinning...
Tanahashi's probably going to pin
Scurll, I'll assume Scurll, because, I don't know, he's kind of this comedic gimmick going on right now.
Especially New Japan,
Yeah, New Japan. So, Tanahashi, Kushida going over.
So, next is the never openweight champion, Goto champion, versus Jeff Cobb.
Oh man, I really want Jeff Cobb to go over, but that's probably
It's
not
gonna
gonna.
be Goto.
It's probably not gonna happen. I wish Jeff Cobb would go over. That'd be great, but it's
It'll
not.
be Goto.
It'd be Goto. So,
Next is it's just so weird seeing Okada this low down on a card.
but I don't know if this is the final. I don't know if they're gonna like. Well, it says it's the final card, so I'm assuming. Yeah.
If this is the order, this is weird. But Okada and Will Ospreay versus Naito and Bushi.
I vote for Okada and Ospreay going over for the simple fact that Jericho will come out and cost Naito the match.
Probably.
I'm assuming. I mean, if Jericho's even in America right now, I don't know where Fozzie's touring at.
It's so weird that you won't see the Intercontinental Championship.
Apparently, I was listening to was it Jericho's? No, it was an interview Jericho did with this British people.
Yeah.
It was on the Fozzie show. He said that the obligations made with New Japan is that he does not want to defend the title or wrestle for New Japan in America.
Oh, that's cool.
And respect to WWE and respect that he wants it to be special for the Japanese audience. He does not want to wrestle at all for New Japan in America.
That's cool.
So yeah, I would say Jericho could still come out though and
Yeah.
cause some damage.
So next is the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Hiromu Takahashi versus Dragon Lee.
see,
Takahashi's going to go over.
they have a. I don't know if you know about their feud. Well, yeah, we've seen a lot of their New Japan matches. They have a feud that's been going on since CML.
Yeah.
CML days. One of them. And Dragon Lee has always beat Takahashi. I feel like Takahashi will probably
Takahashi's
overcome.
going to win.
Nah, he doesn't need to lose that title yet. He's too good.
Next is the IWGP Tag Team Champions. I don't want to say any I don't think any titles will change hands. If it would be this match.
I don't know. I really don't. New Japan's weird with their booking. I cannot predict.
I don't think
of their
any
stuff.
titles will change, but if it would be this match. I'm gonna have Evil and Sonata going over.
I mean, Lij is super over in Japan.
I'm gonna have Evil and Sonata going over the Bucks.
I kind of.
I don't want to, but booking wise, going off what I know about wrestling, which New Japan's different, but I mean,
New Japan usually they don't hold their tag titles that long. They usually don't hold them long, so it's difficult. It really is. I'll say Evil and Sonata. Evil and Sonata.
Next,
It breaks my heart to say it.
IWGP US. Jay White versus Juice Robinson.
You know what? I'm gonna say Juice
Robinson.
I'm saying so. There's gonna be two titles.
Robinson.
I'm gonna say Juice Robinson's taking
It's not gonna happen though.
I would like for it.
Jay
'cause
White's so
after
good.
that promo he cut talking about
I
shooting
told
fireworks
you,
out of his
I
ass.
told you it was amazing.
After he's talked about shooting fireworks out of his ass, I was like, yes. Where was he? Where was that guy in WWE? I wanted him to talk about shooting fireworks out of his ass. That was great.
I don't think Juice Robinson's gonna go over, but it'd be great. It'll probably be Jay White.
Jay White's title reign has sucked.
It has.
It has sucked. So I've put some life back in that title. And the show's in America. Change hands. Just do it. I don't know. I don't think the U.S. really like Juice Robinson that much at all. Really,
I'm gonna say Jay
with you.
White, but
You know what? I'll say Jay White. I don't know. The U.S. really don't like Juice Robinson that much at all.
not at all.
They do like Jay White to a certain extent. So, Jay White. Now, for the main event.
IWGP Heavyweight Championship, and also
I was going to say, and also.
to become the leader of Bullet Club.
Bullet Club. Kenny Omega.
Versus Cody.
You know what?
What?
I'm not putting money on this, but what
if Cody goes over, I'm done.
What if Cody?
I'm wearing a Cody shirt right now.
I'm gonna
but if Cody goes over, I'm done.
You know what? I love Cody.
I do too.
I love Cody. I mean, it sucked. Kenny would lose. Now, if it's not clean,
Kenny needs to keep
clean.
this title. Kenny has worked his ass off for this title.
He has, and it's come a long way just for but Cody being a dick.
I don't care.
Being a heel.
I don't care.
So what if CM Punk came out and cost Kenny the title? Would you be mad?
Yes, I would be mad.
Given the fact that he just got his ass whooped. Who's someone that could come out, join Bullet Club, Kenny could lose to, that you would not be mad at? Besides AJ or Finn. Even though that would be sweet. Too sweet.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Not even Samoa Joe.
Not even Samoa Joe.
Nobody.
Even though you want Samoa Joe to win so bad.
Kenny has worked his ass off to get this title.
He has.
He's put on 6 and 7 star matches.
Just for this title. Yeah.
No.
So if Cody loses, what are they going to do with him? What is Cody going to do? Like
I don't
Kenny,
care.
If Kenny loses, he's got the Golden Lovers. He's still friends with the Young Bucks. Cool. If Cody loses, what does he got? He has nothing.
Go back to WWE.
You've had offers.
You've made a name for yourself.
And he would be a top. He would be a top star. He would be like WWE champion right off the bat.
Exactly. Not have to go to NXT. Go right back to main roster.
You know what?
As Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare.
You know what? That actually does not sound bad. And it makes sense.
After All In.
And we don't know how long his contract is, do we? Do we know how long his contract is?
I don't know how Ring of Honor's contract is. No.
I don't have a clue either. I don't think it's been announced. He just knows he's signed. We just know he's signed for.
Yeah, and it's a lot.
Ooh, maybe it was a couple years, but you never know. There could be those circumstances where you
can get out.
He get out of contracts. Yeah. So I don't know. I really don't. Because I mean, if Kenny lost, he still has Golden Lovers. He still has the Young Bucks. He's still friends with.
It doesn't matter. Cody Rhodes needs to go to WWE. Speaking of that,
on
to squash news.
Okay, so first time viewer squash news is basically our end of the show. We talk about little news segments that we really don't have. There's really not much information about them. Kind of like rumors, speculation. Really, to be completely honest with you, from the dirt sheets. So really, there's not much to talk about. We just say whatever we find on the internet. Basically, we just talk about it.
I'm going to skip the first one because we were talking about Bullet Club to WWE, kind of.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Bullet Club first.
WWE is planning to make a large money offer for Cody Rhodes, which needs to happen, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks this year, according to Wrestling Votes. But it's not clear any of them will take the deals. How big are they thinking? Like,
I have no
billions?
Clue. Billions upon billions?
Like $1 billion for Kenny Omega? Imagine if Vince was like, listen, I'll give you $1 billion. Kenny, I don't care who you are and any of your like.
Yeah, I mean, even if Kenny was so loyal to New Japan, if someone was like, here's $1 billion, I'd be like, dude.
If you don't take it, I'd be like, you're an idiot.
You are an idiot. I don't know. I know Kenny and the Bucks and Cody will eventually come back or will come to WWE. It will happen eventually.
I mean, they've all been in WWE for like a short stint.
The Young Bucks like a jobber match, didn't they?
Well, I know Matt was in it for a match. I don't know about Nick, but I know Matt was.
Yeah, and then Kenny was like had like a little developmental deal, and then of course Cody.
Yeah,
Cody Rhodes.
Was born and raised.
Yeah, he's born and raised in WWE. I mean, this happens every year though. How many times a year do we get this? Kenny and the Young Bucks and Cody offer deals to WWE.
Every year.
Every month it seems like. So I'm not taking it very. Now, if Cody probably loses tonight, and is at a Bullet Club,
I don't care about spoilers. I'm gonna figure out what happens tonight.
I'm assuming it's a strong possibility that he either A, he'll go to WWE, B, he'll just be the American Nightmare Cody, and just to be in New Japan Ring of Honor, or or he'll come with some kind of shenanigans to stay in Bullet Club.
Yeah.
So who knows?
So we'll jump back up. New Japan subscribers. That's what we're talking about. New Japan.
New Japan.
New Japan's president Harold Muji recently told don't know how to say that name.
It's an article. The Mainichi.
That New Japan World has some over 100,000 registered members. We're one of them.
We are.
And 40,000 live outside of Japan.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I figured more people would have New Japan World.
I don't know.
That's outside of Japan. That's the whole.
Yeah.
The whole flat Earth.
the whole
flat Earth.
Okay, on to Daniel Bryan.
I'll talk about Daniel Bryan.
Yes. All right, go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So we actually have a lot of Daniel Bryan news. We have like little 4 bullets of Daniel Bryan. So just in case, so this is from the Wrestling Standard. So just in case Daniel Bryan doesn't resign, WWE's trying to book all the Daniel Bryan dream matches before his contract is up. Makes sense. Daniel Bryan AJ, Daniel Bryan Big Cass, dream match. Dream match.
Yeah, that's definite dream match.
But that makes sense why he did get back together with Kane.
Yeah,
Just
Team Hell No.
Just have a reunion. So, yay. The site also says Miz will get involved in Team Hell No's match at Extreme Rules to set up Bryan versus Miz at SummerSlam, where if no new contracts, basically nobody knows if new contracts have been signed, Miz will win a blow off. If Bryan wins a deal to say, they'll have a longer feud.
The thing is, why would Daniel Bryan leave? He has a daughter.
He's got it made.
His wife is still technically with the company.
See, Daniel Bryan's one of those guys where remember earlier we talked about, like, you know, Kenny Omega and pride to, like, Japan. Daniel Bryan's one of those people that, like, pride just to pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, he wants to always challenge himself. He wants to go out and do all sorts.
But now
of
he has a family, though.
Yeah, I know. He's got to think about his family, and he's got it made. He literally, has to work SmackDown Live, maybe one house show that weekend, maybe Friday's house show, if that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got it made. He doesn't have to worry about booking his own shows, making merch. WWE makes the merch. WWE books the shows. All he has to do is show up.
Yeah.
And he can literally half wrestle his ass and have a better match than
Than
most
half
of the roster.
Which is sad.
It really is. Like, him and AJ literally have to it could half-ass it. And Seth Rollins half-ass it. You know he does? Because, I mean, not because he wants to.
No,
because WWE asks him to.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Seth Rollins, Daniel Bryan, full-out match.
So, we obviously Seth marks and Daniel Bryan marks and Bullet Club marks. I think it's
Samoa
pretty.
Joe marks. But
Samoa
I don't have
Joe.
Samoa Joe stuff. I'm just going to do a face and just put it on
You're going to put his face? His actual face. Where does that face off? You're going to face off that bitch, aren't you? Man, Nicolas Cage, that's actually a good movie. It's probably the only good Nicolas Cage movie out there. Anyway, the latest word for the I can't talk either today. The Wrestling Observer is that Daniel Bryan's contract expires in September, but WWE has him advertised for shows after that, which WWE does that stuff all the time.
Cards are subject to change, though. So.
Yeah, cards are they do that stuff all the time. They do that so they can get tickets sold, obviously. So nothing too crazy. And I think this is really cool. But the WWE 2K19 showcase will be built around Daniel Bryan. Obviously WWE must have a strong feeling that he's going to re-sign. So they're going to build a whole game mode around him. So, you know what I wish? Oh, this is not going to happen in a million years. WWE in the early stage of that has Daniel Bryan's early stage of his career in the game, like Ring of Honor, PWG. No, it's not gonna happen.
Well, like, you wouldn't even have to put those companies' names in there, but like have you start out as Daniel Bryan in like a small gymnasium.
And the thing is, he wrestled against AJ on those days. So I mean, AJ's already in the game too.
You can have a young AJ, you know.
Exactly.
Young Seth Rollins, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, young Samoa Joe.
Mm-hmm.
See, WWE, we need to write your shows and create your games. So I promise you, just indie marks will like it. Nobody else will probably buy it. Nobody else would care.
So now we're on to Hell in the Cell main event.
Ooh, the main
which
event.
is not Nashville anymore, which is stupid.
Bull crap. It's going to be San Antonio, if I'm not mistaken.
Advertising seems to indicate that my boy, Samoa Joe, could be the next in line for the feud for the WWE Champion. And he's going to go over. He's going to beat AJ Styles in the Hell
in a Cell. Probably not going to happen.
Shut your mouth!
Probably. It might happen. So what do you do if Rusev wins, though? I hope Rusev wins that. He's going to be the Jinder Mahal of 2018.
What?
He's going to be underdog and win the champion.
Mojo? How is he an underdog?
I said Rusev.
Rusev is good, though. Don't compare him to Jinder Mahal.
No, I'm not saying he's bad as Jinder Mahal. I'm saying he's going to be the underdog like Jinder Mahal was. Like, nobody thought he was going to win. Everybody's like, Randy Orton's winning. Randy Orton's winning. This time I was like, AJ's winning. No way Rusev's going over. But Rusev could go over.
True.
He could be the Jinder Mahal, but not Jinder Mahal.
You were there when he won that.
Huh?
Remember, you were at the SmackDown when he won that match.
Not when he won the title, but when he won the number one contendership, which was crazy.
I texted you. I was like, "Wow, how did that happen?"
I have no clue. It was stupid. What was the point in Jinder Mahal's reign anyway? What was the point in that?
I have no idea. They had nobody to put there.
So were they just like, "Hey, let's push somebody just for shits and giggles," or they're like, or the Indian market that everybody thought it was going to be? Who knows? These are the things that make me question WWE sometimes.
Yeah.
He's got a funny text. He's laughing.
That was somebody. I'll read it out loud.
He's gonna read it out loud for everybody out there. And
Somebody, because we're watching the UFC tonight, and I have a couple friends coming over.
Okay.
And he asked if I need to bring food. He said, "Okay, I found some microwave waffles underneath the porch. So should I bring those?"
If you don't mind me asking, who was
Laddie. So, Nia Jax heat on the
Heat?
board at F4WOnline.com. Dave Meltzer addressed a rumor about Nia Jax's recent social media behavior towards Alexa Bliss, unfollowing her, liking negative comments directed at Bliss, saying it's not a work and it has resulted in Jax having real life heat with WWE officials. So I've been a fan of Alexa Bliss for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that made me a fan of Nia Jax because they were friends.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would watch, their Instagram stories and see them always hanging out and stuff. And now Nia's always hanging out with Paige. Like, that's it. The only time Nia's out with anybody is with Paige.
Well, she hangs out with Natalia.
No, I'm saying like
Yeah, it is mostly Paige.
it's mostly Paige.
Yeah, I've seen on like her Instagram stories. Yeah.
It's so weird. We saw one of our old friends we used to play music with Paige.
That was weird.
I texted him that night and I was like, dude,
do you realize what you're doing right now?
well, I just texted him. I was like, bro, you made it.
Once you're hanging out with the WWE
And then
superstars.
we got another, I wouldn't call them friends. They were people we played shows with in Nashville. Their band's on tour with Attila and Suicide Silence and Spite.
Yep. What band is it?
Cross your fingers.
Oh, yeah.
They don't even have an EP out yet.
How'd they get on that tour?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about it because I'm going to say something that's going to be rude.
Well, we don't need to talk about rudeness.
Yeah.
We'll be polite, gentlemen.
I mean, good for them, though.
I mean,
I'm stoked for them. I mean, they're doing a lot better than I am.
I just wonder how they got on the tour.
That's really all we have. Like, that, Nia Jax has heat because her and Alexa Bliss aren't friends anymore.
Why? I wonder why they aren't friends anymore.
I don't know. Fake boobies?
So something's going on back behind the scenes.
Yeah.
What's going on? Alexa Bliss might be a little, you know what?
I heard that she sleeps with people. I was like, no. I don't think Alexa.
Is she still engaged to Buddy Murphy?
I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Man, it's comparing to TMZ real quick.
But, I mean, that thing is, like, Alexa Bliss, like, if you watch Total Divas, all of them are out in, like, their bikinis as small as possible. Alexa Bliss has a bikini on and, like, something over top
She's
of
wearing,
her.
like a
little, like, jacket.
Yeah,
Not
like
a jacket, but it's like it's something.
I know what you're talking about. Like not a cardigan, but
Yeah, but it's like something to cover herself up.
yeah,
so
exactly.
She's not,
But it's comfortable.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a good point. So who knows what's going on?
I don't know.
I have no clue. But
Next, on to the greatest thing in the entire universe. XFL, baby!
I almost said boobies.
Oh, no. Jesus, no.
Boobies are great. Beer's not great. Beer's great.
Beer's good. And
Beer's
stuff.
good. Beer's good.
I haven't heard the song in so long.
If everybody knows what we're talking
Psycho
about.
stick.
Oh, I hope somebody knows what we're talking about.
XFL.
Comment below.
Is rumored Vince plans.
He's going to play in the XFL. You heard it here first, boys. Tagging in podcast. Vince McMahon is playing
Quarterback.
for the XFL.
So, rumored
My
is
God.
that Vince's plan on spending up to $500 million on the XFL.
That's not the stupidest thing you've ever heard in your entire
Give
life.
that give that $500 million to Kenny Omega.
Give that $500 million to anything.
Me.
Any of us.
I'll
We
take
can turn your
$500
product
million.
around.
We would.
What kind of promo investment? Listen, Vince.
If you gave me $500 million, I would definitely work every day.
Oh, yeah. If you give me $500 million to work for the WWE, I don't know. I mean, I'll just be like, oh, I wrote 3 months worth of story. You want me to change it now?
You don't like any of them?
Oh, I guess I got to change it. Roman
The
goes
thing is
over.
that you would know, though. You would know to write, like, Roman goes over on some of these. Like,
Yeah.
you would write, like,
I'm
that's
sure-
the thing. If you're a writer now, you should just have a story that you want and the story that Vince would want.
So I've realized they're not writers. They're adapters of Vince's story.
Exactly.
They're not writing anything. They're just adapting whatever comes out of Vince's mind. 'Cause I'm sure this is what happens in the writing room. Vince comes in with a whiteboard. Key points that need to be in the show and what needs to happen.
Roman's over, Roman's over, Roman's over.
Charlotte Flair going over.
Naked. Back to the XFL. This is just dumb. That's all I'm gonna say.
You remember the XFL when it first?
I never watched it.
You never watched the XFL? I didn't either. Was it supposed to be like extreme football?
Yeah.
It was basically supposed to be like.
Yeah. Now what they're gonna do is everything's gonna be shorter. Like there's gonna be not as long of a halftime. You know, like it's just stuff like
shorter,
that.
Just
it's
shorter
gonna be
games.
The point's gonna be well, the games are gonna be the same length, but like the television broadcast is gonna be shorter because they're cutting out.
Oh, okay. So, it's pointless.
Yes, it's pointless.
What does he gain?
They're
out
using
of doing
basketballs instead of footballs.
They're gonna play basketball.
Joking.
they're gonna play basketball.
Yep.
It's a good movie.
On to actually wrestling news that anybody cares about, which I don't even care about either. But Brock Lesnar return confirmed.
Apparently he's confirmed for the SummerSlam and the Raw after.
I was about to say SummerSlam's so far away, but I forgot it's already July.
Dude, it's like a month and some couple. It's the 18th. No, it's the 19th.
Oh, okay. That's my birthday.
Oh, so SummerSlam's on your birthday.
It usually is, like around the time of my birthday.
Let me double check.
Bethany was wanting to go to Cedar Point, and I told her no. We're not going.
Cedar Point?
Yeah.
I don't know. SummerSlam's on your birthday now, so we want to. Let me see.
But that
the 19th.
Get Roman the belt so we can get done with this Brock Roman feud, so I can see the belt.
So I can see the.
That's all I want.
So I remember what it looks like.
Yeah.
I've forgotten.
It's ugly. I know that.
It is. It's the big licorice belt.
It is. Ow.
So I'm at the point where I pretty much canceled out Raw.
Yeah.
As bad as that sounds, I know we're wrestling podcasters, and we talk about wrestling, and I think everybody agrees with this point. I think we are about to just forget about Raw. We're just about to be like, oh, SmackDown, that's WWE. It's the only show they have. I mean,
the thing is about Raw is the people that watch it are the people that don't know there's anything else out there.
I agree with that. I mean, we watch it.
I mean, we're big wrestling marks, but like,
honestly, I don't know. Like, cause I tie the Universal title with Raw, so that's the reason why I said that.
Yeah.
Of course, it's the show's title.
Because you can't put the Universal title on SmackDown now.
No.
Unless you turned it blue.
That'd be stupid.
It'd be uglier.
It'd be just it'd look like the
tag belt.
The SmackDown tag
And
titles.
those are ugly.
They don't look that bad.
No, they look ugly.
Do they look ugly?
Yes, that's ugly.
Do they look ugly? I like the white though. I mean, it's a toy belt from Walmart, so we can't really judge anything.
Yes, you can. It's authentic replica.
It's literally the size of. It wouldn't even fit around my waist. It's the size. It's the size of like a wristband.
Well,
so Brock. So we're gonna finish what we're talking about Brock.
Yeah.
Is there anything really else to talk about?
Let's talk about.
Who do you want to take the Universal title? Can't say Samoa Joe. Oh.
I'm gonna say Roman to get this experiment over with.
I think I'm scared about is if he gets the title, nothing changes. Well, actually, what was it? WrestleMania 32 when he won the title from Triple H. He finally held the title. He only held it for like, what, a month? 2? Is that?
Like that.
And then Seth picked it up and then Dean cashed in.
Like, what's going to happen is I really want Roman to get the belt because there can be a lot of work done with people talking garbage about Roman.
He does put on good matches. He's not bad.
Sometimes.
When he has a good...
When he has somebody to carry him, yeah, he does great.
No, I wouldn't say that necessarily.
You remember the garbage that was Triple H and Roman Reigns because Triple H said, Roman, you're carrying this match?
Is that what happened?
Is that
actually what happened?
Yeah.
Really?
Triple H said, Roman, you're carrying this match so we can see if you're going to be our next top guy.
Damn. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh. Hit the mic.
That was what that was all about.
I did not know that. Okay. So, I mean, he did have good matches with, AJ.
Exactly.
Seth.
Exactly.
Cena match was okay.
Cena's a good wrestler.
Okay. I almost said Cesaro, but,
Cesaro's a good wrestler.
So, basically, he's had matches with good wrestlers.
Exactly.
Which isn't the point. Isn't that the point to have good matches with good wrestlers?
It is, but if you're going to hold the title, you better be able to get in there and make Brock look good.
That's a good point.
AJ made Brock look good.
AJ did make Brock look good.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the best Brock match we've had
Years.
in years.
So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I want Roman to pick up the title. A part of me does, just so we can get this experiment over with. And he has the title. Great, he's got it. Yay, get it over with.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I really don't. Maybe they could do cool stuff with him.
I don't know. Well, I think that's all we got. This week.
I think we're gassed out. I don't think we have anything else to talk about, do we?
Really don't. But do
Really
have
don't.
to talk about.
We have hit the bottom of the barrel.
Subscribe, like,
Hit the
notification bell.
Follow us on all the social medias down there.
They'll be in the description
You got
below.
what?
Twitter, the Instagram.
I even put the Twitch on there.
Twitch is gonna be on there.
Twitch isn't the right name just yet.
No,
It's
still,
gonna be
still
different.
my old Twitch name. It'll change.
It'll change in like a
But-
month. But I don't doubt anybody's going to Warped Tour in Nashville on the 10th.
Tuesday.
But we'll be there. Us, Constable Corbin, will be there.
I'll be wearing a pink Acacia strain shirt.
I don't know what I'll be wearing. I'll be wearing
You
clothes.
definitely will be able to spot me if you see this hat and a pink,
A
bright
big
pink
old
shirt.
guy in a pink shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be there. If you're going to be there, awesome. If not, cool.
But
Awesome. Remember to like, subscribe, like we said, notify bell. Follow us on on the socials. I'm botching this so bad right now, but you know what? I don't care because we
You know
do
what?
want because we are.
Tagging in podcast, the most unprofessional professionaling podcast in the world.
Oh yeah, baby, too sweet.
Too
man.
sweet.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
And I can't find it. And
Ah.
we are out.